Hi, I'm Jill Clifton of Landscape of Mothers. I was sitting here watching a baby bird get fed by its parents, and they're Oregon juncos. And this must be, since this is the middle of May or middle endish, this must have been a first clutch this year. And it looks like they hatched one or maybe two babies, but the babies were sitting in the grass and just sort of like making their little sort of swishy sounds or whatever, and every once in a while the parents would come down and feed them, and then my dog chased them away, so now I'm here telling you about them. And I guess I was just reminiscing about the days, the early days of parenthood, and how hard those were for me and how demanding they are, watching these bird parents feeding their babies like as fast as they can, right? These babies are almost the size of the parents, and so it's like somehow coming up with twice the amount of food and delivering it, and then also having this baby with you that makes you more vulnerable. The baby is vulnerable, and because it's making so much noise, and it's not super good at flying. And so I guess I was just thinking about the vulnerability of those early times, and the vulnerability of the baby kind of creating a vulnerability for the parent. I can hear them, so they're still around. I think they're behind me in this apple tree. That's where I last saw her feeding her baby, who was sitting down in the grass. Couldn't get a picture of the baby because it's pretty tucked in and hidden. So, yeah, just kind of contemplating the intensity and the dedication that early parenting takes. And so just props to anybody who's in that position right now, to whoever is sort of in the trenches, in the depths of it. I guess two things. One is, I remember that when my kids were little, older women would come up and be like, "Oh, this is such a precious time, just really enjoy this." And I was like, really? Okay, like I'm gonna enjoy the fact that I haven't slept through the night in I don't even know how many years, and whatever. And I was like, there were just things that were hard about it, and that's not to say there weren't things that were fantastic, but I think it contributes to that dialogue, or that feeling that mothers have, that they're just supposed to be enjoying every minute of how hard this is. And so I'm just here to say it's hard, and it isn't always enjoyable, and it doesn't make you a bad mother, and it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. Just reminding myself of that as much as telling you that. And then the second thing is, I remember for me that those early years were so hard, and they were so intense that I thought they would never pass, that they would never end. So I remember, especially preschool years, I remember thinking like, oh my God, I'm stuck in this forever. Because, the kids would grow. But in my brain, they didn't really grow up. They just hung around until they were 18. And so just the other thing to know is, this doesn't last forever. If that helps you in any way get through how hard today is, or how hard yesterday was, or how hard tomorrow might be, just know that they do grow and change, and that there's both a relief in that, and there's a grief in that. And so it's kind of some real stories from motherhood. They may not be yours, but they were mine. And I hope that somehow that makes a difference today.